Welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is Entertainment News on Channels Television. On our Spotlight segment is rising comedian who is already making big impression with stand-up comedy, Koja Kaze.
One conductor, they were frustrating him. You think you cannot make it in life? Study hard. Study. The conductor said, okay, maybe let me try IT. Inside the building, Antititi, economic computer. So that one was teaching him the basic. When they opened the lockdown the first time, the guy just came outside, started calling people inside his hallway. Oshodi, upload.
While many would rather carve a niche for themselves in the comic industry, either as a stand-up, screen or social media skit comedian, fast-rising comic actor Emmanuel Afan, popularly known as Koja Kaze, has described himself as a comic act who can engage in all genres of comedy.
The first time they showed me on television in my life, I received a call from an unknown number. The guy just called me. When I carried the phone, I go, hey, shut up, you're not proud.
I am a comedian. I do skits, I do stand-up, I act. I am a comedian, I write. You know, I'm not one of those people who is going to restrict himself to saying I'm solely focused on this or that. I am a comedian. Whichever way it comes, I'm ready to play.
Do you know in Nigeria now everybody's an entrepreneur? Everybody. Government said we should go and do business. How can everybody do business in the country?
The graduate of estate management from the University of Lagos discovered his flair for the craft while still an undergraduate and used the different opportunities of performing various social events in school as a springboard to a professional career.
Okudada. Okudada is my tongue grade.
Hey, yeah.
Is it real that I should drink more? See.
Hey, yeah.
Okudada,
bye-bye.
thank you. God bless you.
Okudada, bye-bye.
Sorry for your clothes.
Hey, let the boy play now. Tell him bye-bye. Because they tell him bye-bye, just a tight face.
Against all odds, he eventually got introduced into a community where up-and-coming comedians can hone their skills while learning from established comedians in the industry.
Luckily, I got introduced to a comedy club in Ikeja, Not Your Tie, with Amo Baba. You know, that was like the best platform for me to keep, you know, honing my craft, and, you know, I've been on it ever since. The truth is, this idea has just come. I don't know, like, I don't have any routine whatsoever to say, okay, I want to sit and write a joke or a skit. I could be sleeping and an idea pops in my head. I could be in the restroom and an idea pops. I could be cooking. I could be walking on the streets. You know, they just come. Like, there's no one way to say, okay, now it's time to write a joke or it's time to write a skit. It doesn't work that way with me. You know, sometimes it comes in my sleep, it's a spiritual thing for me. It just comes. I just leave an open mind and boom. I grew up watching a lot of Martin Lawrence, like from the Martin Lawrence show, like Cadbury Breakfast Television. Like, Martin Lawrence was the guy for me. You know, so I always admired him. Like, he made me laugh effortlessly. You know, so as time went on, I started discovering other guys. You know, so luckily, I didn't know that people used to do comedy in Nigeria, honestly, until I think I discovered the Years of Nights of 1,000 Laughs. Then there was I Go Die, there was Basket Miles, there was Okay Bakasi, there was Omo Baba, there was Gandoki. You get, so it was during that era I started looking at, okay, this is interesting. You get, and, you know, so I feel like all of these people somehow influenced my own generation of comedians, except for Once to Lie to Ourselves. You know, I think they paved the way for whatever it is that we're all doing now. Because, I mean, years back, if you had told your parents that you wanted to be a comedian, they'll probably kill you. You know, but now you can go out and introduce yourself as a comedian. So I feel like all of them, from the first, the second, and the third generation, the first and second generation, you know, influenced my own generation one way or the other, directly or indirectly.
Although music and movies today stand as the major arms of the rising Nigerian showbiz space, Koja believes it is only a matter of time before comedians begin to earn their due recognition in the international space, regardless of the language of delivery.
My art is a reflection of my reality. I tell my truth, like, all the time. And I feel like it's my job to convey my message to the public. If an African American comic comes and, you know, talks to us about O.J. Simpson, And, you know, like when they had the whole O.J. Simpson thing, and every time you watch, you know, American stand-up, if 5 comics come on stage, you hear about O.J. Simpson from 6 of them. And there are some of us here who don't have an idea who O.J. Simpson is. And if a Nigerian comedian comes and talks about worry, and some international guy feels bad about it because he cannot connect, that's his business. Worry is the person's reality. Now, so I feel like it's the job and the duty of the stand-up comedian to convey his or her message to the world. I think over time, it will be received regardless of the language it's been delivered.
When Anthony Joshua was world heavyweight champion, when he won that this thing, if you see as one Agbero, they dance for a cartoon. Just a skip leg. Anthony Joshua. He can't see me. You know how they are, very aggressive people. And they will come around and say, more anything. Die. My Anthony Joshua. I say, be that. Die more. Anthony Joshua, flock like a butterfly, sting like a bee. I say, now Muhammad Ali be that. He say, shut up, same thing. AA, positive genotype. Anthony Ali. I say, wait till Anthony Joshua. He say, my boy, boxer. He said that this is cartoon, bro. I said, are you serious? It's Anthony Joshua or TB Joshua.